I'm off on another cycling metal detecting adventure. Welcome back to the glorious fields of Perthshire, and look at that for a view. Oh, unbelievable. Well, let's get the problem out the way to begin with. I've forgotten my harness that I attach my camera to. I know. Write a list, have a bag. I know all these things, but it doesn't make it any easier. It's because I'm using different tools in different places. That's my excuse. Anyway, so we'll just have to get on with it. I'll have to film one-handed. It might be a little bit more bouncy than normal, but I'll do my best to stabilise it. So I'm back out. I've cycled out relatively flat, I'm glad to say, because I've gone in the opposite direction from where I went the other day. But I'm about 3 miles away from home. And I'm out on a beautiful stubble field. This field's produced lots in the past, lots and lots of different things, coins, little relics from all kinds of ages and dates is what I was trying to say. So anything is possible. Now, as ever, if you're not already subscribed, then please hit the button. Help to support the channel. So welcome to all the new subscribers. I've been doing pretty well recently with new subscribers. Lots of views and lots of great comments. So let's go and see if we can find some treasures. We have our first target, and it is literally taken 2 minutes. 87, sounds reasonable. Let's have a look. Try and do this one-handed as best as I can, and see how easy this is going to be to do without a harness. To think this is how I used to film all my videos back in the beginning. We are out and we're still on 87. So, let's have a wee look. There's something green, and that ain't a coin. That is a little lump of... It's interesting. Right, find number 1, get this cleaned up, and then get back to you. It is certainly something of substance, but I've got no idea what it is. So it looks like it's had an iron attachment on that end. I mean, it's almost like, well, I was going to say kind of like the top of a railing, but I don't think so. It's got a kind of silvery end to it, so maybe it's been tinned or silvered originally, but it's copper alloy, maybe even a bronze. And I really don't know what that is. I mean, it could be an implement for farm machinery, I suppose, some sort of raker. But if you know, comment below. Well, we're off the mark, 2 minutes in. Welcome back. This is the face of a man who's now cycled a combined 10.2 miles. And I've only dug that one hole that I got in 2 minutes when I got here and realised I forgot my harness. It wasn't working. I needed 3 hands. I cycled all the way home and all the way back again. So that's me at 10.2 miles. What an idiot. Right, let's hope it's worth it. Right, let's see if all this effort was worth it. Again, target within the first couple of minutes. Let's do another live dig. Seeing as we're here, looks pretty easy digging. And I think we're straight in with aluminium. Right there. And it is. Well. There have been quite a few signals so far. This probably sounds the most promising of them. An 80. Has been a fair bit of junk. Mostly aluminium. Alright, let's get the pinpointer in here. Oh. Well, I wasn't expecting it to be that deep. Oh no, it's not, it's there. Nope. I've knocked it in the hole, there it is there. Well, it's a thing. It's a thing and it's not aluminium. Oh, it's an anchor. Oh, I dropped the imprint. Oh, don't know where it's gone. Right, we've lost the imprint, I think. Was that it? Yes, that's it there, look. There you go. So, we've got an anchor. But are we going to get any more detail off it? Let's get back to you in a wee minute. Fantastic. It has cleaned up very well. You can see it's a pressed metal, so it's probably 19th into the early 20th century. Not really sure what it is, if it's a badge or a buckle maybe. But look how well it's cleaned up. That is an anchor with a rope round it, and at the top, not sure, S something, S-O, S-U. But at the bottom, it looks like it says steadfast, I think it says there. So it's probably the motto of this organisation, which I believe is the Boys Brigade. So they were, I think, a Scottish invention. But I think they might well be a global group now. But they are a sort of Christian Protestant boys club, which is a little bit like the Scouts, but with a more religious element to it as well. They were founded by a Scotsman. Apologies because I forget his name, but 19th century, late 19th century. So there you go, nice little find. First decent target of the day, and we've got it in about half an hour. Going home for the harness might have worked. Can you guess what this is? It is lead. At the bottom it maybe says the word proprietor, possibly, but other than that, struggling to make out the letters, if anyone knows. But look at the other side. You recognise that? That is a little pair of feet, pair of shoes. So that is about the smallest amount of a toy soldier I've ever found in my life. Only his boots survive. He died with his boots on. So there you go, probably late 19th into the early 20th century. It was an 82-83, but it didn't sound like a coin. It sounded a bit rubbishy. But you can see there, let me get you in the sun, a potential. No, it's not. Look, it's not a coin. That's why it didn't sound great. Oh, it's another child's toy, I think. I think it's a wheel, a spoked wheel maybe. It's lead. Let's get the les tool. Give it a wee clean out. And give it a little brush. There we go. So, a little spoked wheel. It could be from a train set. It could be from like a gun carriage for a cannon or something like that. But again, it's probably contemporary with the little booted soldier. Probably late 19th into the early 20th century when kids' toys were made of lead. Beautiful. Oh, this is a screamer. $85 might be a little bit big for a coin. Maybe. There's a lot of moisture in the ground though, so maybe it's making the target a bit more busy, noisy, bigger. Nope. Right. Let's see. Oh, I see something round. There is something round. Oh, it's a button, I think. I think it is a button. It is. It's got a big bit in the middle. God, if it's a button, it's a chunky button. Could be decorated. So I'll give this a bit of time to dry out and clean up because it looks like it's copper, so I can't wet it. And then I'll get back to you, but that is a big old button. Okay everyone, it's going to be over to you all to identify this, which some of you are incredibly good at, but you can see the button on the back, the shank is squashed. It's a really big heavy button. My guess is it's going to be probably late 19th century. But what is that? I mean, it almost looks a bit like a palm, like a palm leaf. But then again, might be something else, might be an animal, might be something different, but can see there's lettering around it, but I really don't know what that is or what it relates to. My guess would be it's military, and my guess would be it's 19th century, but let me know in the comments below if you recognise that. It's difficult to get an angle that works, but well, it's another find, and again I'm still within the first hour, so I'm doing really well so far. Let me know in the comments below. This has to be small, crisp. It is only an 82, but I'm hoping that's going to be a coin. Out you pop. It's a big old hole. Still sounds good. Chatting to my friend last night, John McGarry, who's a man who I started metal detecting with. He's waiting on a new hip, and he tells me that he's bought himself an XP DEUS too. So that will be part of his recovery. There it is. I think that might be a coin. Let me try and get it all out in a winner. So yeah, John, get the old gang back together again. John, and Johnny. That was the three amigos as we were back in the day. There you are. Look at that lovely wee imprint. So yeah, we used to go detecting together quite often. So it'd be great to see John getting back into it, because he's probably not detected in the best part of 10 years. And he also lives in Perthshire, and that is Queen Victoria. And nice to see you. That's a lovely coin. Let's turn that pinpointer off. So yeah, once John's had his hip replacement, then who knows, you might see him on a video or two if I can encourage him to come out, or even I go up to him and we'll go and do some treasure hunting. Right, it's a nice coin. It's very smooth, which is often the case with Queen Victoria's coins. See if we can focus you. There we go. So you can see a pretty prominent face, pretty prominent head and shoulders, or bust looking to my left. 1 penny, and on the other side, have we got a date? It looks like it. We've got 1867, I think that is. 1867. So there you go. A pint of beer, maybe even 2. You could have bought a dozen eggs, probably, with this back in the day, or a decent £1 loaf of bread. So that is pretty good spending power for 1 penny. But Queen Victoria, she was the longest reigning monarch until Elizabeth II overtook her. Took the throne at I think 17 or 18 years of age, after her uncle passed away without any living children. Fantastic. Coin number 1. I think I'll film this one just in case. 72. Within the realms of copper or lead, I would say. Let's get another one out. And we're out the hole. Something brown. Oh, I think we've got a knife. We have. Don't know, there was just something about that target. It sounded worthy of filming. It's a little pocket knife. You can see the plates. This side's missing either its wood or its bone handle, but the other side's still got it, so give that a little rub. So you can see the pins, which would have passed through the bone or the wood. This side, as I say, has still got its handle. Not sure what that's made of. It could be bone, it could be some sort of composite, sort of plasticky type material. So there would have been an iron blade in there, which is corroded away, and then the 2 copper plates that hold it together. So it would spin out the way, and it would have looked something like that when it was in prime condition. And also, once the blade was out, it would have looked a bit like that. So, still, it's a nice bit of social history, probably from the 19th or early 20th century. And every farm worker back in the day would have carried one of these. Now, unless you've got a reasonable excuse, it's against the law to carry a knife in Scotland. So, it's another find. Too good to be true, I would say, this one. Seems like a reasonable sized target as well. 87, 89. I mean, it could be a Bronze Age axe head. I live in hope of another one. I suspect it might just be a great big bit of aluminium. Is that it there? Oh, that is it there. Is that a tin can? That feels like lead to me. And it is lead. Well, it's not as junk as I thought then. It is a great big lead donut. I don't think I'll be eating that. Well, is it a huge spindle whorl maybe? Or is it a square slot? Not really. It's a crude slot, but it's not a square one. Not seeing any obvious decoration on there at the moment. So it's probably just going to come under the category of lead something. Not quite sure what. I mean, it could be leather decoration, it could be something related to weaving or spinning, and it could even be old. I mean, it could be, conceivably, it could be from the medieval period or even older. So I mean, it could be potentially 1,000+ years old, but then again, it could be a few hundred years. Difficult to tell unless you can tell what it is. So if you know, comment below. 72 this time. I think we might have a wee chunky lead button, possibly. Well, hard to say actually. Is that a button, or is that maybe a little weight? Zoom you in a touch. Don't see any sign of a shank on the back. So, it could be a little lead button, or it could be a little lead weight, a little trading weight or something like that. But it's probably got a bit of age to it, 200 or 300 years. Could be a wee bit more, could be a wee bit less. But if you know, comment below. Tiny little whisper of a signal, 62, 63 from about 8 or 9 inches down. It's a little bit of copper plate, but it is decorated or pressed. Oh yeah, it is. Better than I was expecting, to be honest. So there, it's got, don't know what you would call that. Give it a rub on the back as well. My guess would be this is going to be possibly off a bit of furniture. It looks too fragile to be used for anything else. Look at that. So you can see all the little tiny fine elements of it. So that's a very, very finely, thinly pressed little piece of copper. Let me just give that wee bit at the bottom a little rub again. But yeah, obviously damaged, but my guess would be something furniture related, or maybe a jewellery box, something like that. But again, let me know if you know otherwise. Nice, I'm guessing probably, again, late 19th, early 20th century. Maybe even arts and crafts. You'll have no idea how many times I've called a coin and it's turned out to be junk. This was a Screamer 87, look. Look. Right on the surface. A sunbather. And it actually looks to be in pretty good condition. I think it's maybe 1916. Which would be George V. So there you go, sometimes you don't even need to dig for them. And it is 1916. Slap bang in the middle of the Great War. And it is a real beauty of a coin. It's an absolute cracker of a coin. Look at the detail on there. No need for a fade in, that's for sure. Well, that's 2 coins off this field, and I have to say both of them have been exceptional. Look at this one. That's his grandmother, Queen Victoria. Beautiful dark browny green patina on her, and more of a lime green colour on George V. Just shows you as the different soil types change, but also there'll be different composition in the metal. But there you go, nice, 2 pennies in, beautiful. Another really nice sounding high tone. I'm just 10 feet away from that George V surface penny. Second time lucky. Is it under there? Nope. Right. Let's see if it's within pinpointer distance. Right, still down there. Oh, and someone, on the subject of this, someone else has sent me another gift. It's not here yet, but they've emailed me to say that they've sent me a little hand digging trowel. So that is incredibly kind, and I'm sure from the next video that'll be making an appearance. And look at the size of that. Now that is a buckle and a half, isn't it? My goodness. No wonder that was a good sounding target. That is a whopper. So yeah, thank you as ever for everyone's generosity. You really are so kind. And I'm glad because, you know, it's always fantastic to get such good positive feedback on social media. So that, folks, is probably the biggest buckle I've ever found in my life. And that is undoubtedly from a heavy horse, from a Clydesdale or such like, which would have pulled the plough back in the day. Like, there's a wee notch there, that's where the pin would have went. And the pin was probably iron, and it's corroded away, but I'm probably 200 or 300 years old. Fantastic. Massive. Another screamer. This is about hole number 40, and I've been going for about 2.5 hours, so pretty productive so far. 89, and this is the kind of tone that really gets you thinking, whoa, could be something good. But then again, maybe it won't be, but that's metal detecting for you. What's that? No, it's a stone. Thought it was green. Oh, what's that? That's a stone as well. Oh. Oh, I keep looking at everything going, oh. Oh, where's it gone? That's it. Oh, it's a bit of lead. Oh, nightmare. Oh well, all that for junk. Yep, that's the target. It's something that I'm sure all of us do from time to time, is forget to check the holes. Now I've already had a peep, and it's a coin. And that is it. It is a halfpenny. Oh, it's another early one, 1887. I can see a date already. So it is a Victoria again. Well, that makes a change, doesn't it? And nice to see her every once in a while. Clearly some fields have more George V activity and others have more Victorian activity. And it's a nice coin as well. There she is, quite clearly, you can see her. So it's her young head again, her bun head, so she's still maintaining that she's an 18-year-old woman. Let me think, 1837 she took the throne, and this is 1887. So she's been on the throne for 50 years, so she was about 68 at this point. Someone must have said to her, you know what, I think we need to update your profile on the coins. I think, you know, we might be pushing it a little bit now. But halfpenny at that time, it's a pint of beer, half a dozen eggs, and 6 oysters and bread in London from a street seller. Lovely. A wee chirpy 52 produces a little bit of lead, and I think that's actually part of a lead vessel, maybe a bowl or such like. Back in the day when people used to use lead for bowls, cutlery, water pipes, all sorts of things. Lovely. It's another good one. 84. Halfpenny territory. Let's get another coin, come on. Can do this. Still down there, sounding a little less good, I'm afraid. That's why. Because that's another hinge. Oh no, it's not. It's a window latch from a sash and case window. You know, one of these ones where the upper pane slides up on a rope. Oh well, junk. There's another big hare. Haring its way across the field. In a completely different bit of the field now. I've stopped and had some lunch. Look at the difference in the soil. I mean, that isn't even soil. That's just sand. Literally just sand. So I'm hoping, if we get any coinage, that it will be pretty good. Thought I saw something green. I did. It's a... Oh, it's a split pin. Oh well. There you go. Well, at least it's not aluminium. When you're metal detecting and you get a target and you lose it, always just tap your spade. Because like this, it might be stuck to it. Oh, turn it on might help. And it's aluminium. Ah, well. It's been all bottle tops and aluminium. I've come in from the sort of middle of the field where I was. And it's got to be a coin. Oof, easy digging. Wow, that's soft. God, this field's got 101 different types of soil in it. So, out in the first spadeful, still a pretty good target. And it's a coin. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. We got a penny. Who have we got? Oh, it's Edward. Oh, you know what this means? This means that I have done the trifecta. 3 monarchs. We've got his mother, Queen Victoria. We've got his son, George V. Give it a little brush. It's not in quite as good detail or condition as the other coins are, but we'll get them all side by side. We'll have a look. I don't think we're going to get a date off that. But it'll be between 1901 and 1910. The Playboy Prince, son of Queen Victoria, one of them. And he ruled from 1901 until 1910, just 9 years. I thought I was only on 3 coins, but I'm actually on 4. So we've got 2 young head Queen Victorias. Oh, we've got them the wrong way round. We've then got her son Edward VII, who ruled from, so we've got 1837 to 1901, 1901 to 1910, 1910 to 1936. So there you go. Victoria had a pretty fractured relationship with her son. Her son had an incredible relationship, very positive relationship with his son George V. And George V had a terrible relationship with his 2 sons, one of whom abdicated. And the other one had a terrible speech impediment, George VI. So there you go. The trifecta. 3 generations of monarchs. Fantastic. Down here we've got a little lead target. And it is kind of roundish, so it could be, well, it could be a flattened button. Or, flattened bullet. Or it could be a lead seal, a bag seal. There was no mills round this particular area that I know of. But I think it is a seal. Yep, it looks like it. Right, I'm going to clear it up properly, see if we can get some detail. Again, you've got the little notches there, and I'm actually able to identify this. It's blank on this side, I think. I mean, anything that's there is worn away by the looks of it, but this side, there's just enough. You can see what looks like a flag. That ain't a flag, that's a key. And there's another one running in that direction. So these are the crossed keys of Riga, which is in modern day Latvia. So this is a flax seal. So I don't know what it's doing out here in the middle of nowhere where I didn't know there was any mills, but it just shows you we're not even near a river. But it's from Riga in Latvia, or Estonia, I think Latvia. And this will be from probably the late 1700s. And the cross keys represent St. Peter, and he to this day is the patron saint of the city of Riga, which sits on the coast. Would it be the Black Sea, the Red Sea, the Dead Sea? I don't know. It's something. The Baltic. Let's call it the Baltic. Okay, brilliant. Haha, I'm surprised I haven't had one until now, because the fields around here generally produce lots of these. It's a musket ball or a pistol shot. Lead. It's probably the oldest thing I've found so far today, 1700s. So there you go. Nice wee find. Lovely. Definite silver contender. Listen to that. Well, maybe 89.90. There you go, we're out. I think settling at 88 now. I think we might be on the edge. We're there somewhere. Right, what's that? Is that round? Nope, that's just mud. See, when I get my wee hand trowel, it'll be perfect for that, won't it? Right, let's get the spade in there, very delicately and very widely. Let's go in there. Right, that's surely going to have... Oh, that ain't a coin. That's a piece of copper pipe. Oh, what could have been? Well, one for the recycling bin. Another to film. Small. Sounding good. 86. Ooh, bit of a stone there. We're out and we're still 85, 86. Thought that was it there, but nope, just a bit of something. What is there? What's that? That is a coin. It's a small coin. It's a farthing, I would say, if it is a coin. Yeah. It's got a bit of a sort of corrosion stuck to it. Okay, I'm going to give this the treatment and hopefully we can get some detail off it. But it looks like a coin. It is a coin, but we're never going to know who this is. I would speculate maybe Queen Victoria, but it is a farthing, quarter of a penny. And it'll be, well, sometime between 1837 and 1901 if it is her. So quarter of a penny, these were eventually phased out. You just see a little dotted line there, so I wonder if Queen Victoria's ones had these little dots or not. But might be able to clean that up on this side especially, maybe that crust would come off. So one for the pile to try with the old fibre pen. But still, it's another coin. I think that's coin number 5, so I'm a happy man. This was an 84, but it didn't sound great, to be honest, and I think it's a big bit of lead looking at the colour of that. I was hoping it was maybe going to be a palm guard, but nope. It is lead. I can bend it with my fingers. I think it's just a sheet that's been folded up. It is, so it could be old roofing lead, could be someone using it for making musket balls or such like when they're on the move. But ultimately junk. We might be onto something at the death. Don't know if it's a toggly button, tokeny something. No, I think it's a buttony type thing. It's kind of been slightly squashed. Right, I'll do this off camera because I think it's going to need a bit of delicate work. It is slowly crumbling apart. There's not much left of it, but it is some sort of button or toggle, maybe for a cloak or a big duffel coat. And I think it could be military. So you can see the face is just crumbling away, but there's just enough of it left, which I think, is that a bird with a wing coming out? Or is it some sort of vessel? I think it might be a bird with a wing, maybe even an eagle or such like, because it looks like there's just the beginning of a wing up here as well. So it could be a military button, an early one, 1800s, I would guess, if it is. But it definitely has that sort of shape to it. So if you know, comment below. Nice wee find, I like that. Could even be a wee Napoleonic twist in there. And that is it, another day on the fields of Perthshire. And I'm glad I cycled back to get my my harness for my camera, because it's turned into a really, really good day, really good day. So let's have a look at the best of the best. As with the last dig, you're going to need to get some bigger hands. So another great day. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coins. George V, 1 of, Queen Victoria 2 of, Edward VII 1 of, and then we're unsure on that one. A couple of bits of kids' toys. That's probably a train wheel, lead train wheel, but could be off a wagon or such like. We also got the little booted figure. Look at that, just his shoes left, of a wee soldier. Then we've got an interesting little boys' brigade, I believe. Pretty certain that they began in Scotland. Still in existence today, the boys' brigade, like as I say, an equivalent to the Scouts. I think we've got the Red Baron overhead just now. There's a little biplane going over. That was my last find. It's literally falling apart, but I think it's a military button with an eagle possibly on there. Another military theme is this little thing, which seems to have a little bit more detail on it than it did before, so I'd be interested to see what you all think of that. Almost certainly regimental, I would say. But these two items here look to be similar period, probably 1800s I would guess. What else got this? This is actually my first target before I had to cycle all the way home and back again. A little copper alloy or bronze item. Purpose unknown, with a possible iron fitting on the end. And then the biggest buckle I've ever found in my life, along with a little pocket knife, the lump of lead with a hole through it, and then a little kind of arts and craftsy looking kind of piece, which I'm guessing is from a jewellery box or such like. Nice. What a day. 5 coins and relics galore. Oh, and the trifecta. A real handful of treasures, quite literally. So 5 coins is a phenomenal day. 4 of them in really good condition as well, so I'm really delighted with that. And a few relics too, so I ain't complaining. I've got Simon out tomorrow, so what I'm actually going to do now, I'm not going to cycle home, I'm going to cycle even further away from home, because I've got a strip of land that runs through the valley here, which it's probably from end to end, it's about 7 miles, so 7 miles of permission. So I'm going to go and scout out on my bike and see what fields are available, because Simon's always complaining that I always take him on the fields where he doesn't find anything. I think that's because he's still not read the manual for his machine yet, but who knows. So I'll be out with him tomorrow. Hopefully we'll have a fun-packed day. Well, I know we'll have a fun-packed day. Whether we find anything good or not is another story. But that's what, 3 digs now, the last 3 digs, no silver. You probably haven't seen a couple of the videos because I didn't find anything at all, but that's detecting. As ever, if you're not already subscribed, then please hit the button and help to support my channel. So thank you all for watching. Thank you for all the generosity, the spade that I mentioned before, the hand tool that's coming as well. Really, really grateful, and lots of people sent little gifts, super thanks, buy me a coffee. Absolutely never expected, but honestly, over the moon. So thank you so much. So as ever, take care, and I'll see you all on the next dig, which, if we find something, will include a certain Spaniard. So looking forward to that. See you soon.